Hello, one and all, and welcome to another live stream. Now, before we begin, I'd just like to say this is my second go at this live stream because I had a bit of trouble with the lighting in the first one. So I thought I'd better start again. Yeah. Hello, Paul. Hello, Jack. Hello, Steve. Yeah, I can tell you what happened, Paul. See, a few things went wrong when I did this live stream the first time, so I better start again. I'll try and make this better. Yep. Paul Robinson, Jack Williams, and Steve Niles have all tuned in. This is my comedy live stream, comedy Q&A live stream. So, as you know, I uploaded another comedy sketch I've written because well, when I get a career, I'd love to get a comedy career. So like, may have said all these things before, but I'm going to say them again. I'd love to be a stand-up comedian, be a comedy actor / writer, have my own sketch show, have my own sitcom, and basically, I just want to get into comedy. So, Steve Niles has asked a question. So, when I did this, when I had a first go at this, when I tried this live stream the first time, there was a question. There was Olivier Tomeka asked a question, which was what got me into comedy, and I said it was Higgledy House and Mr. Bean. And by the looks of things, Steve Niles has asked, apart from Higgledy House and Mr. Bean, what was the first teenager / adult comedy show you've watched? Now, let me think, Steve. The first teenager / adult comedy series, I'd say. I would say it would be Father Ted. Because I remember at a school once, last day before the Easter holidays, Father Ted was put on as a treat for the whole class. And the episode we watched was New Jack City. That's the one where Father Jack gets put in a home for old priests called Jurassic Park. And it's replaced with what was his name? Oh, I can't remember what his name was. Father... I think it was Father Stack, was it? No, I can't remember. And then I don't want to give away too much of the episode if you haven't seen it. It's a really good episode, and so Father Ted was the first teenager / adult comedy series I watched, Steve. Now, a person called Kirill Telegin, or Teragin, so I have pronunciation troubles, asked the question, haven't you did such voice acting for Aaron's Mario Toys Family Superstar series. No, I don't think I was ever involved in Mario Toys Family Superstar. I have seen the show, but I never actually watched. No, I have watched it, but I haven't been involved in it. So well, Iron Man never asked me to be in the show, so yeah. But hopefully he will one day. And Jack Williams has asked, "Are you excited for Brian and Brianna's Friday Night Fever?" I am, Jack. Yes. And yeah, I'm very excited for it. And I'm gonna be in it, which is also very exciting. So yes, I'm looking forward to it very much. What other questions are there? Hold on. Steve also asks, "Have you heard of Rex the Runt and Angry Kid?" Yes, I've heard of them, but never actually seen them. And I do believe they were by Aardman Animations. So, yes, I've heard of Rex the Runt and Angry Kid, but I've never seen the show, Steve. No. Ooh, Jack Howell has tuned in. But, well, he's asked the question, and I said I'd answer any comedy question. And but it is rather a good question. What gave you the idea for the character Ranting Ryan? Well, some of you may know Ranting Ryan was the sketch I uploaded yesterday. And what gave me the idea for Ranting Ryan was because I wanted to do another sketch for you guys. I trying to be thinking of ideas for for a character, and I thought, how about an angry man who complains about anything? So I thought that could be the one, and yeah, I decided an angry man would be good. And I thought. Then I thought of the name. What could it be called? Then I thought, how about Ranting Ryan? So yeah, I came up with the name Ranting Ryan. Then I also thought about what he could wear. So I thought, how about I just do I thought maybe he could wear shirts with buttons fully up, all buttons fully done, with no tie, and a hat. And some of you may want me to do the Ranting Ryan character. Is that right? You know what? As we're talking about Ranting Ryan, ow, just hurt my finger on my desk. I'm gonna do it for you. I just need to get the hat. Ta! No, I just need to snap the character. Who are you people? Who are you people? this? Oh, Mr. Mr. Howell has been talking about Mr. Howell, Mr. Jack Howell is talking about spammers. I hate spammers. You know, I really hate spammers. Yes, very annoying, aren't they? They're very annoying, very annoying. I just can't stand them. It's completely unbelievable. I just can't believe it. Oh, oh, oh. Yes. There you are. And the Simpsons Clips 24 has just tuned in. Hello. So, Alice has asked the question. It hasn't got anything to do with comedy, but I'm going to answer it anyway. He says, "Say, are you tuning in to the Bill and Ben American Dub live stream this evening?" I am, Alice. Yes. I'm very excited for it too. Alice, have you got any comedy questions to ask me? While you're waiting, the Soldier Fan 2000 has just tuned in, so need to say hello to him. Hello! Now, Olivia, I'm sorry to... Yes, Olivier. Jack Howell is timed out. And why do you ask me another comedy question? To make up for what happened the first time. And while I'm waiting for your question, Steve Niles asks, what's your favorite video clip from You've Been Framed? Oh, as you know, I love You've Been Framed. My favorite kind of STV entertainment, ITV for those in Scotland. Well, sorry, yeah. ITV for those in England, and STV's for us in Scotland. Now, my favorite video clip from You've Been Framed. Now I've seen many clips that has me laughing, but oh, well, I really love that clip where a man is playing golf and he gets ready to hit the ball. He hits the ball and then the man explodes. Yeah, the man explodes and he just disappears, gone into thin air. So yeah, I'd say that was my favorite video clip from You've Been Framed. Simpsons Clips 24 has asked the question now, and he says, have you ever seen a comedy called Big Train? It's like a 1990s Monty Python. Yes, I have seen Big Train, and I really love it because it's so funny and so silly. I've got the DVD for that, and so yeah, I have heard of Big Train. Paul Robertson says, not a comedy question, but have you heard of Phineas and Ferb? Yes, I have seen that, Paul. No, actually, no, I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it. Ooh, Dylan Smith says, hi, you a comedian? Well, I like to think of it as I like to think of myself as a comedian, Dylan. So, sort of yes and no, because I do. Yeah, I make comedy shows, but I'm not. I'm not a stand-up comedian, so like, I'm not doing like any tours or anything. Well, I can't at the moment. Ooh, Nostalgia Fan 2000 asks, what's your opinion on Mr. Bean and other Rowan Atkinson characters? Well, some of you are that I love Rowan Atkinson and all the things he's been in. Yeah, I'm a great fan of Mr. Bean, and I've seen Rowan on the not just Mr. Bean, but I've also seen Rowan on Not the 9 o'clock News and Blackadder, The Thin Blue Line, Johnny English, as well as Mr. Bean. So he's one of the people who got me inspired to do comedy. So I love Rowan Atkinson. So that's my opinion on Mr. Bean and other Rowan Atkinson characters. Fantastic, legendary. Paul has a joke. What do you call a cow during an earthquake? I don't know. What do you call a cow during an earthquake? And he says, milkshake. Very good. Olivia Turkmenge asks, do you hate Jack Howell? Well, after what happened about a year ago or two, I think we all hate Jack Howell, don't you? Yes. But don't fret on it too much. Why don't you ask me another comedy question, Olivier? Oh. Steve asks, if you found the Cat in the Hat 2003 film hilarious, what was your favourite scene? Well, some of you may have not heard, but there was a 2003 film of the Cat in the Hat, and I loved the film. I found it very, very entertaining and so silly and so funny. And I'd say my favourite scene was the Cupcakeinator scene. Remember this scene? Do you love making cupcakes but hate all the hard cupcake work? I know what I do. So forget everything you know about making cupcakes and say hello to the amazing Cupcakeinator. I'm so excited! Cupcake or what? Cupcakeinator! This amazing device can instantly make cupcakes out of anything that you have in the kitchen. Wait a minute, did you say anything? Anything! Anything! Yes, anything! 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 You get the idea with that. Dylan also asks, Did you watch Roll Bounce? I have never heard of Roll Bounce, I'm afraid, so no, never watched it. Now, Oh, Corey Hopkins has just tuned in. Hello, Corey. And yes, I do know that you're going to be in the dumping ground in 2021. And Steve also asks, what's your favorite series of Still Game and Tune the Fat? Well, first of all, Tune the Fat. Love the show. That's one of the shows that got me inspired to do my own sketch show. Well, in the future, Tune the Fat. Very hilarious sketch show from Scotland. And starring two of my comedy heroes, Ford Kiernan and Greg Hempel. And my favourite series of Chewing the Fat is series 3, because it just has most of the best sketches and some of the best lines. So, yes, series 3 is my favourite series of Chewing the Fat. And my favourite series of Still Game, yes, love Still Game, big hit in Scotland. And my favourite series of Still Game is series 6. Because the stories are great. Every single storyline is full of laughs. Some of the best episodes. And yeah. So my favourite series of Chewing the Fat is series 3, and my favourite series of Still Game is series 6. And Simpsons Clips 24 says, speaking of sketches, have you ever seen The Fast Show? Yes, I have seen The Fast Show, and I really like it. Especially well, my favourite characters in The Fast Show are there's Unlucky Alf and Bob Fleming. Well, I like Unlucky Alf because of his catchphrase and what happens to him. I'm not sure if I should say the catchphrase of Unlucky Alf, but as it's just a quote, I'm going to. Unlucky Alf's catchphrase is oh, bugger. And yes, and I like Bob Fleming because he coughs wildly in every sentence he goes. He says, so it's like, oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I have seen The Fast Show. Steve also asks, what's your favourite quote from Del Boy from Only Fools and Horses? My favourite quotes from Del Boy are, lovely jubbly, isn't it? And you plonker, Rodney. Yeah, those are my two favourites. Stolja fan asks, how long is the stream going to be? Well, I can tell you it's going to be, it's half an hour, so we've got 5 minutes left. So if you have any questions, get them in. Now, I want to say who my comedy heroes are while I wait for more questions, but but I was thinking about the fact that what if you want to ask me who my comedy heroes are? Oh yes. While I wait for more questions, Steve has just said his favourite quotes, which are lovely jubbly, isn't it? Oh, shut up, you tart. And I know what it is. It's bull. Good choices, Steve. Mind you, yep. That wasn't a real cough. One of the quotes had a curse word in it, but which I don't really want to say. Well, what? While I wait for more questions, I'm just going to say who my comedy heroes are. While I wait for more questions. So, as I've said, my comedy heroes are like Rowan Atkinson, Ford Keenan, Greg Hempel, and others are top one, Harry Hill, and John Cleese, and the whole of Monty Python. I have many. The two Ronnies, Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, all the greats. Oh, here's an interesting question. Pardon me. What's your opinion on Dick and Dom? They're hilarious. They're a great double act, especially with Dick and Dom in the bungalow. Yes, Dick and Dom are hilarious. And Steve asks, have you seen the It Crowd? Yes, and I love it. It can be rude sometimes, but it's very entertaining, the It Crowd. With Roy, Moss, and what was Jen? Yeah, Jen. That's it. My favourite character in the It Crowd is Moss, because Richard Rywidey plays him brilliantly. And could I say my favourite Moss quote of all time? My favourite Moss quote of all time is "Can you watch your ruddy language, please? My ears are not a toilet." I couldn't even say the line. I couldn't even say the line without pulling myself together. And I think we've just got time for one more question. It is apart from Still Game and During the Fad, what's your favourite comedy show? Not 9 o'clock news, Blackadder, and Dad's Army. What else? Oh, Mock the Week. Love Mock the Week. And Harry Humble's just tuned in. Hello, Harry. I hate to say this to you, Harry, but I think you may have tuned in at the wrong time, because this live stream's almost about to end. Oh, that noise meant that's all we've got time for. But thank you very much for your questions. And thank you for tuning in. But Olivier, before I end it, feel free to ask me a comedy question before we end this stream. Just one question, because I realized that you were a little upset during the stream. So I want you to give you the chance. I want to give you the chance so you can ask me another comedy question if you like. Yes. Oh, Steve's going. See you, Steve. Thank you for watching. So Olivier, got any another comedy question for me before we end this stream? Up. And his question, and the bonus question is, what's your opinion on Wallace and Gromit? I love Wallace and Gromit, and surely everyone here must have heard of Wallace and Gromit, right? They're really great. There's all their films are fantastic, especially The Wrong Trousers. That's like the biggest hit for Wallace and Gromit, The Wrong Trousers. And Peter Sallis, God bless the man, voiced Wallace wonderfully. Get off me cheese! Ooh, cracking cheese, Gromit. Love Wallace and Gromit. Shows the best in stop motion animation, and they're Academy Award winners. So that's why they're so great. Not just for the Academy Awards, but for the things they do. Oh, Olivia says thank you, and a smiley face emoji. So we can see that he's happy again. Was that? Oh, Paul says sign Oscar up for a comedian show. That's very nice. Well, when I do when I do become a comedian, I would love to be on Mock the Week. I'm sorry this stream's taking a bit longer, but I just want to share my thoughts on Mock the Week. Well, first of all, who here has seen Mock the Week? Anyone? Or at least heard of Mock the Week? Okay, for those who haven't heard of it, it's this comedy panel show that airs on BBC Two, talking about the news and making jokes out of them, and there are like games in between. It's an adult show, so don't let your kids watch it. But it's great, so hilarious, especially scenes we'd like to see. That's a fun game. Sometimes I like to think of my own jokes for scenes we'd like to see whenever I see a category. I would love to do some scenes we'd like to see, but I'm afraid the buzzer went off, so we really have got to go. But my favourite comedian on Mock the Week is Frankie Boyle. I think Frankie Boyle's hilarious, but sadly he's not on Mock the Week anymore. But we still have the very funny Hugh Dennis. So I'm glad he's still a regular panelist. And we still got Dara O'Brien hosting it. Unlikely things to hear at. Is that it? Says Nostalgia Fan 2000. That's the one. Right. This time, this stream is definitely finished. So, thank you for watching. And thank you for your questions. yeah. This has been Oscar Barnett's comedy Q&A live stream. I've been Oscar Barnett, and you've been yourselves. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.